afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast, another Age of Charlemagne episode, on which the Danish campaign goes through the, remnants of Ireland, really. There's not a particular lot left after our initial strikes here. Munster, the largest kingdom, is down. The Ilex are not exactly doing frightfully better either. And, well, Crookdown is about to get its face kicked in too by the king himself. So the situation is pretty much not good for them. In fact, we can just barge through them, it seems. Not too good. They're pulling that back. I'll probably pulling them back towards the area of Winchester, Wessex to reinforce, rebuild, getting them back in fighting condition. While Mjolnir's retribution goes towards Eilek, and I suppose the heathen army can follow up here to deal with the remaining the Fists of the North Star. Interesting name there. Very interesting. Not really a lot there to get done. Let's just, I guess, set up a food market. That ought to do the trick, and we get that upgraded as well. So there we go, doing pretty well there, doing pretty well. Pretty much the rest is under our supreme control. Let's end the turn. And move onwards. Last attempt there to sort of take back what is theirs. Obviously not going to go well. In fact, they're pretty much in deep water, with no chance of really getting out of it. Oh, this is kinda bad, actually. Got to deal with that.
For the tribe! We take this settlement for the tribe! Laying siege to their hovels. Going aboard. Ready for battle. Move out! Wipe them out!
Got rebels here to deal with. Decisively. Permanently. Rapidly too. Yeah. Seems like some spearmen there bit the dust. There we go. -6 enemy morale. One of the secret advantages of being the Danes, you don't have to bother with things like, say, cavalry upgrades when you can actually get to the good stuff much quicker. And with that, I mean, there's not exactly a lot left of, Ireland, which isn't Danish by now, and not much that can actually resist.
On the move, lads!
Oh no, it could be quite helpful actually. In, faster sieges really. So might as well. We'll upgrade that one as well so we can get some more economy going there in Munster. And here with Lichfield, yes. 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 Okay, do we have any sort of sanitation there? Yes, we do. But this would actually be quite handy. Bit of timber there. And we just basically need to wait one more turn. They can upgrade this to a Champions Hall. Get out some berserkers. Yeah, things are still largely alright. Just need to make sure I'm sort of keeping things reasonably apace there. Financially and such. Would seem we are. Even as we're crushing the Irish like insects. A last desperate attempt by Munster. The problem is, of course, the Danes don't suffer penalties having their troops fight on the sea. You know, they're good at that, so that's basically suicide. That's basically another Irish kingdom down the drain.
Europe was broken, led astray by false prophets, and torn apart by the petty whims of its myriad kings. The people were trapped under the yoke of war, injustice, and ignorance. But you deposed these tyrants. With the might of your arms, you tore down their thrones and elevated true religion, justice, and peace in their place. Now, with one voice, your people hail you as the first of Europe's true kings.
Yes, indeed, we've sort of hit the short victory, but people seemed interested in a longer one, so that we will do. I won't go for the farthest one, which also requires taking a bunch of territory. Instead, we'll just be going for the long one, which requires hitting our Imperium Supreme and a bit beyond that, really. That means a lot there, and there's only also some nastier stuff hitting us there as well. But we've also, of course, managed to become the Kingdom of the Vikings, which sounds a bit silly, but go figure. Whoops. Continue. Ooh. So there we go. And with that we shall be upgrading to a Champions Hall in Winchester. I believe, yes, this is going to fall pretty quickly. Again, no big fights there. Not really much reason for it. Just cut down the bastards, take the town. Secured for the glory of Denmark, as always. That leaves only one tiny little army there in purple and blue. The rest have been sent running. Since I don't intend to use this as a military province, all of that is pretty much pointless. Palace, well, I can always turn that into something more useful for myself. Mint would be good. Mint would be good indeed. Upgrade that one. What do we have here? Not much, sort of really make some money on, I guess, but there we go. Popping that one down. Got the onagers. I don't really need that region particularly much any further. Suppose I could upgrade that for a bit of extra commerce in that region. But overall, things are doing pretty well there. That loyalty there's been secured. Should probably try and gather a bit of support to sort of build things up there. That would be quite helpful. Quite helpful indeed. Oops, there we go. You head in there. Not really got much use for these mercenary Fianna anymore.
Making camp.
Might as well send them off.
Set up a watch.
Oh yeah, I can actually upgrade my generals now to the mighty
For
housecarls.
the tribe. Ready for
Not so good
orders.
chance of blocking missiles, but a much better chance of splitting someone's skull.
Warriors all.
Which is, you know, what counts deep down in the end, you know. Just cleaving someone's skull permanently. There we go. Quite good melee attack, melee damage, charge bonus. Armor is also pretty good, melee defense is sort of so-so, morals on. And they got disciplined, encourage, use the whip. They keep in wedge, which I think is actually pretty rare for infantry in terms of total war, though I believe it was one a Viking tactic, actually, but I believe it was also something the Romans utilised. Fun fact there. Anyways. Go, and I can assign a governor. Let us do that in Pickland. Guess you'll have to make do. There we go, all of the British Isles now a part of the Danish kingdom, and now for the next target, Brittany. There we go, a bit more control over things.
Thirsty for battle.
Still gotta deal with those
For the tribe.
bleeding rebels, I'm afraid.
Ready for orders.
Bit of annoyance.
Aidan, Kishitan. Get moving, you wretches.
Guess I'll rush over them, put an end to them.
You cannot do that. Wipe them out.
Don't want to be too occupied there in Ireland for too long. Need to keep moving, need to keep pressuring, need to keep burning, looting, pillaging,
Move out.
and so on, so on.
Call this a garrison?
Turning that over here to the King's Hall. Nice and lovely. So we're not going to build up a hall of stories there. Guess I could set up a hostel to sort of help public order on its way for the time being. Or I suppose I could set up a guardhouse. I don't know. Nah. Hostel. Goldsmith. Here. Boom, boom, boom. Watermill.
For the tribe.
We'll pop her up there instead. That should help with that region as further as well, then, particularly in terms of religion. We should get you down there.
Ready for battle.
That will rest it a bit and then actually head southwards as well. Soon we shall be ready to strike. Fear into their hearts. Plus an axe and a few arrows. You know, for good measure. Permanently good measure. There we go. Bit more order. A lot more cash.
Thirsty for battle. Attack! Starting out.
Ah, yes. There we go.
Move out.
Don't make me come back here again. I've
Ready
got
for
better
battle.
things to do, like invading France.
Finding shelter.
Fear. You know, doesn't hurt to motivate the enemy to surrender a bit faster. And there we go. Can't quite hire the new troops yet. I believe there's 4 turns to go. In the meanwhile, we shall be hiring some other bits. Big axes, some swordsmen, archers they got enough of. Not exactly going to be an elite army, that one. That's more reserved for the king's men, who I shall be equipping as heavily as humanly possible with the best of the best of the very best. Possibly. Now setting up more resources there to go. Jolly good. Jolly good. That one can be upgraded further for more trading. Of course, resource income. Need to do something about that, I guess. Looking good. I guess I can inspire them to a bit faster there.
Gathering supplies.
Just a bit. But yeah, it's going to be just a few turns, sort of just passing things along there. As we sort of get to, you know, the big attack. Need to get our armies ready. Since, you know, once we got the Britons, which Britannians, what do I call those people down there in Brittany? Frenchmen? I don't know. Either way, we sort of strike them first. We've got to be ready for sort of Charlemagne interfering, and overall we just got to be ready here, because if they just have been sitting about there doing nothing, they can actually have a pretty decent force there. In particular, since they do have some pretty nasty cavalry. So it's a bit important there to keep in mind.
Well met. What do you wish of me?
It's looking good. That is looking good. Bit more to go there. Bring that one. That should further help the income there in Ulster.
Ready for orders.
Looking good. A few more spearmen. A few more regular axemen. And the army should be ready. Wells, Mathra full. All spick and span. Plenty of sanitation there, so let's drag up with a goldsmith there as well. The more the merrier, as they say. Oh right, I forgot about the army there. I need to get that one fixed up too. That's sort of what can happen when you sort of get ready for the big invasion. You sort of, oh dear, I forgot about an army. Silly me.
Warriors.
There we go, ready. Also, apparently here the beat did sort of exist before, about this time period. I mean, there seems to be sort of different sources or whatever, but apparently it sort of really first became a big thing once the Danish king of the time had burned down Rarick and taken all its merchants up there. Fun fact. It was still a pretty big trading town due to the fact that, while not displayed here, there were sort of several channels going in there which sort of allowed trade from the Baltic and the English Channel here to sort of quickly go through. Which seems to have they done with Hamburg, but not here. Go figure.
Yes.
Either way. Actually, let's knock down on that one. We can actually get a haul of stories there as well. I mean, the faster I can research, the better.
Ready for battle.
See if anything can do to sort of help him about. Oh, there we go. Byzantine turncoat. Nothing here. But, you know, might as well. Bit of Dukes attacks us. Can't quite there get any further sanitation up, though. Could knock out one there and set that up for some stuff there. Could also further allow myself to upgrade that one there to deep copper mine. Actually pretty good. That would be pretty good. Got to make sure I can get the most of that out of me without getting plague everywhere. That's always something that causes problems. Go as well. Then we can upgrade. Oh, that's going to take some time. That doesn't matter. A lot of money though.
Drop anchor for the tribe.
One more turn to go.
Warriors all. Death in battle. There is no
Some
finer ending.
bigger
Are you
axes.
ready to
Nothing to do there really. Guess I could knock down that one since it doesn't really do me much, and set in a whole of stories there as well, come to think of it. Still a few more turns to go there before I sort of finally convert it.
How can I help?
Go, a bit of extra dealing with the naughty corruption. Mathra full. Upgrade a full that one. Bit more to go. Just want that solid invasion force there.
for the tribe?
And you know, they look awfully well armoured for berserkers, and here's the fun thing: berserkers basically means, well, butt naked. I mean, that's the thing about berserkers. They absolutely wore no clothes. They were nut jobs with no armour on. You here, they're
Ready for orders.
basically like early medieval equivalent of the Waffen SS, apparently. I mean, they look pretty dashing. I mean,
Orders.
I know, but they're not proper berserkers. Just, I've got to point that out. That's not quite right there. But they should be pretty impressive too. They've got a lot of abilities there. Could be useful then, sort of bursting through some lines, some fortifications, some Frenchmen hiding behind their walls, afraid to come out and face the Danish might. Further upgrades there. There's still some time to go there, but we can here. There we go. Ah, bollocks, it's a trade city, never mind. Well, goldsmith. Wait, no, never mind. Can't that actually. So in that case, wine market. For, you know, the hipster Vikings. Too cool for beer and mead. There we go.
Stragglers will be left behind.
Almighty berserkers. Lots of melee attack damage, armor, melee defense, sharp bonus. They got wedge, they got berserk, resistance to fatigue. They can do a lot of things. I think we'll have them lead the charge there while the king then gets ready.
Disembark.
I think we need to keep moving this, can't wait forever, I guess.
Is there nothing else?
While we prepare the king's most elite forces. Gotta keep the spearmen around since, well, don't have armoured versions of them, I'm afraid.
Curse ya!
St. Marlow, is that... No, that's actually pretty weakly defended. I believe the Heralds of Ragnarok will herald the Ragnarok. Strike first. Establish a beachhead. Well, the Britannians? Somethings? Oh, wait. Well, the other Frenchmen are basically stunned by the might of the Danish assault. Aha, they just sort of get direct downgrades of corruption since they can't get the building for it. Fascinating.
Well, get settled in, lads.
Alright. Another easy fight. Quickly seizing the city. Charging through.
Your orders?
What a valuable city.
Fleet ready.
Clearly.
For the tribe.
More dread. More fear.
Ready for orders.
Alright. There. Finally we can get the Hall of Stories up there as well. Finally. And there we go, Hall of Elders. That would be a rather good upgrade. Just sort of, don't worry, just passing through, my lord. Don't notice us, please.
For the tribe.
Goody.
Going ashore. Ready for battle.
And yeah, more berserkers. More.
Ready for orders.
Obtaining further bit of order there. Got to keep that port clear and secure. And there we go, another Hall of Stories. Striking forwards. Let us see if the men of Brittany shall strike at my army out in the open. Should be within striking distance of both of their towns, really, so I'd be surprised if they actually didn't do anything. No. Run away! Seems to be the course of action there.
Ready for orders. Move out. Is that all? None will escape.
Wait. Where did the entire army
Siege
go?
capitals.
They had one there. I know it. It's just gone. vanished. And their garrison seems to be damaged. What on earth happened? Was there some kind of civil war while I wasn't paying attention? Good lord. That's a strange fortuitous turn of events. Apparently they were just so terrified they just sort of rebelled against themselves. That's certainly impressive. Lost. Oh dear. Wessex. Got to keep Wessex, you know, properly manned and all that. Nothing, initially anyways. Alright, forwards we go. Oh, guess we'll soon be striking at the Franks, since Brittany is surprisingly tame. Yes, there's been surprisingly little action here, you know, but I don't know. I just feel like stomping a smaller army that can't really resist is a bit boring. I mean, I could say try and fill it out with that kind of thing, but no. In particular, since half of it's just probably going to be up, you know, running after someone. Refuse to stand their bloody ground anyways.
Ready for orders.
Oh, the army's all the way up there hiding. For some reason. That's a bit beyond me.
Further orders. We take this settlement for the tribe.
Oh, that was Brittany. Military beachhead established, sire.
Ready for orders.
They actually got a lot of blacksmiths, or forgers. Perhaps a few too many really, and then the fist fighters we can do with. That we can convert. I think we'll keep that one, scrap that one. Repair that and convert it.
Warriors all.
There we go.
Thirsty for battle.
Bit expensive, but worth it. Ish. I mean, for some units more than others. Obviously, for some of the berserkers are going to be benefiting from it notably more than, say, the spear guys. So there we go. That was Brittany. Well, I was only expecting more of a fight.
Warriors all.
Well, could actually hire some mercenary cavalry. There we go. We got the Armorican cavalry, heavy skirmisher cavalry. Go just sort of for the hell of it. I guess the king shall strike the first blow against the Franks, instead of wasting his time on these Brittany people, who clearly aren't worth bothering with anyways. Come on. Oh, they're striking at it. Armorican cavalry, skirmishers. Size-wise, they're close to each other. It's just a bit of difference then, quality. If I were to fight, I'd actually be fighting at a massive disadvantage in some senses. But I don't know. Oh, what the hell. Let's just leave circus, you know, give the Kingdom of Brittany a bit of a send-off. Though I'm sure we might end. Town's in pretty good condition. Let's see, walls are in terrible condition. You got the Armorican cavalry here. Some more heavily armoured gentlemen, mercenary spearmen, mercenary archers, swordsmen. A few levy spearmen here, standing at attention. And where are our berserkers? Go, looking very mean and heavily clad in chainmail padded armour and wolf pelts on top. Seen, they're certainly looking quite smashing, really. Just obviously they're not berserkers. But enough about that.
Be on guard! Guard! Spears
Again.
ready! Equal now! Be on guard!
Wasn't quite the intent there.
Have your shields up! Put up the shield wall! Shield wall now! Ready for battle! We'll kill them all! Ready
And that's
for
the
battle!
housecarls, looking very eager to cleave some skulls, test out their axes.
Berserkers!
So let's have at it.
Today, these bastards mean to sack our capital. They think they can breach these walls and come among our homeland families,
They really
our
do look
temples,
quite
and our shrines.
But again, not berserkers.
We shall not stand for this arrogance. They shall suffer for it.
Well,
We have sighted the enemy.
going ahead there with the swordsmen. Everything else they can muster against the Danish kingdom. And they shall regret it.
Battle ready and eager. Berserkers. Guards. Axes. Orders. Ready.
That wasn't quite an impressive looking barrage.
The enemy is upon us. They're at the walls.
There we go. And the swordsmen are melting away in a matter of seconds already. They're getting absolutely slaughtered here. Mercenary armoured spearmen aren't faring particularly much better. The berserkers are just tearing into them.
Men have gone berserk.
Men have gone berserk! Surprisingly, they're doing what their name says.
Berserkers.
This is dreadful.
Battle ready and eager. We hunger for
There are more can carry there. He's actually doing quite a bit of damage with the javelins. It won't be enough to save them. I say not enough to save them from the berserkers.
berserkers.
We're just slaughtering the swordsmen, just breaking their morale. Up here you got the leader himself charging forwards with his guards cavalry supported by his swordsmen. Not doing too well there either.
Bloody war. Berserkers.
Swordsman broken.
They will bleed for us. Forward! Berserkers!
Yup, they're definitely sounding crazy. But quickly the Britannian lines are falling apart here.
Battle! Ready! Berserkers! Kill, kill, kill!
And the enemy general just up and died. Tragic. And now with berserkers running after them, they're understandably enough finding that the morale is a bit more questionable. And with this, the last of the Kingdom of Brittany completely crumbles, like a wet paper bag in a storm.
Melee warriors!
I just need them to properly break. Ah, damn trees. Damn men who need glasses. Just gonna rush that a bit there.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Go, one unit bites the dust. And there we go.
This is your day.
Bit of a battle, since it doesn't look like we'll be with anyone, I suppose. Still, the berserkers think did pretty alright there. Did pretty alright. For the most part.
Warriors!
Let's just finish them off.
Move out!
You know, they had their fun. But can't keep playing around forever.
Ready for battle!
Actually, gun entire unit murdered there, berserkers. That's been unfortunate, Mr. Auto thing. Doesn't matter, we'll have them replaced soon enough. As we set up here for the assault on La France. Bit more to go. Bit more to go. Just a bit.
Your orders?
There we go.
Is that all for the tribe?
Need some more archers.
Fight with us. It's a good life. Ready for battle.
Oh, Rennes is going to be a painful place in a few moments. Very painful place to be. There's not really much else to do for the time being. Just a bit of quiet here. The question, of course, is going to be how quickly will the Franks actually react to our assault on their northwestern borders. As I imagine the Franks are already a bit tied up elsewhere. There we go.
Thirsty for battle.
Avars, Lombards, Benevento, Bohemia, Duchy of Spoleto. That's not exactly going to be difficult there. Mounted spearmen, levy spearmen, swordsmen, such. So they actually got some research going on there. Mounted spearmen, by the way, apparently, sort of in terms of moving on the campaign map, count as cavalry. Fun fact there. Though the game itself does mention it. It was one of the developers who actually mentioned that on the forums. After being asked about it, it's like, yeah. So let's repair that. Knock that down.
Ready for orders.
Let us strike at Nantes as well while we're at it.
Ready for further orders.
No reason to hang about here. Oh dear, they also upgraded their basic cavalry. This could be a bit more dangerous, actually. That means a lot of their sort of nastier stuff is actually quite nasty in some senses.
Warriors all.
Oh well. That will of course be something we deal with later on. Either way though, the initial assault has begun. The strike has been made. Whoa. The Taifa of Saragossa. Crikey. They're quite ambitious, aren't they?
Speak, my friend, and burden yourself of diplomacy.
Might as
and
well
let
trade
us
with them.
find agreement here, in the fashion of simple.
Oh, now I can trade with the Emirate of Cordoba
Come,
as well.
friend, speak. We are men of words, and so serve our peoples with honor.
There we go. Got a bit of trade going there to further supplement the Danish economy. I'm still surprised they made such good progress. I mean, they're basically a small kingdom. Taifa is sort of a very sort of small kingdomish thing there within the Muslim realms there in Spain. Most of them basically vanished once the Emirate of Cordoba became the Caliphate of Cordoba. The French actually seem to be struggling here a bit in, well, southwestern France. But anyways, I think that sort of covers it for now. Not a lot of action, sort of mostly just settling down in Ireland, building up forces, and beginning sort of the invasion of France with minimal resistance so far. Pretty much, I believe all the Frankish armies will more or less be occupied here in the realm of, well, Eastern Europe, or Southern Europe as well there. So that pretty much means our assault will actually go pretty much unimpeded for the initial bits there, which will actually be quite to my advantage, since I mean, it can hurt more sort of Charlemagne's economy and such. But of course, might in terms of entertainment value be less impressive. But there you go. So thank you all for joining in. Hope you had some fun. Hopefully it gave you some enjoyment. If it did, feel free to follow, share, like it, and so on. And of course, join in here in 2 days where the next episode will go up. So, bye everybody. See you then.